Hi there Booktube, it's Eleanor here and it's time for my weekly wrap up of what I've been reading. My Booktuber shout out this week is Anna from A Case for Books. Her channel's relatively new. She's got 2 videos I think up so far, but she was working for The Bookseller for a long time, which is a UK based sort of magazine. I think it's an industry magazine. And I think she's brilliant. She knows lots about books. I'm really loving her really inventive and interesting videos, and I definitely think she deserves more subscribers. So I encourage you all to go and check her out, and if you like what you see, subscribe. I found out about her from the lovely Jen Campbell, and I'm truly addicted to her videos, and I just wish that I could make mine as pretty and wonderful as hers, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from her. So now on to the books that I've read this week. I read a number of books this week, a couple of graphic novels included. The first one being Heart in a Box by Kelly Thompson and Meredith McLaren. I picked this up on the recommendation of someone on Booktube, and as usual I can never remember who it was, but whoever it was, thank you. I picked this up because the story just sounded so interesting. It's the story of a girl who has broken up with her boyfriend and she is heartbroken. She wants to just wish the pain away. Any of the you who have suffered a broken heart will know that it's not a nice feeling, and so she decides she wants to wish her heart away, and her wish gets granted, but she realizes that she's made a mistake after a couple of days when she starts to not be able to feel anything, and so wants to recover her heart. She's sent on a quest. Her heart's been sent out in 6 pieces, and she's sent on a quest to go and reclaim those 6 pieces with interesting things that happen to her along the way and people that she meets. The artwork was so-so, but I didn't find it groundbreaking. It was just good, and I gave it 3 stars. Next up, I finished Unbecoming by Jenny Downham. This was my final book for the biannual Bibliothon Winter Edition, which I completed before the end of the biannual Bibliothon, so I completed all the challenges for that, which I'm really pleased. I really wanted to get to this. I'd heard great things and I really enjoyed it. It's a YA contemporary story, and it's really revolving around one family and mainly the 3 women in the family. There's 17-year-old Katie, who is just coming into her personality and who she wants to be, and is finding sort of home life a bit stifling, and she's thinking about her sexuality, and some events have caused her to be struggling with some bullying. And then you have her mother, who is struggling with her own issues from her past, and her grandmother Mary, who is struggling with dementia. Mary hasn't been in the picture for the whole of Katie's life and most of her daughter's life as well, and yet she ends up coming to live with them, and it's just about the Mary's past unravelling, Caroline's past unravelling, Katie finding out more about what she wants to do in the future. And it's really just coming to terms with who you are, finding out about your family history. And I really enjoyed it. It was really interesting and a really good read, and I gave this one 4 stars. Next up was a book I received as a proof from the publisher, and that was 20 Questions for Gloria by Martin Bedford. And as I say, this is a proof copy. It comes out in February, so it should be out in the next month or so. I received this for review and I was really excited. I liked the idea of the premise. It's about 2 students, a boy and a girl. They disappear and come back. We don't know where they've been or what's happened or what the story is for this. And the book is set out in the police inquiry because only one has come back. So the basic story is about Gloria. She disappears for 2 weeks with Uman, who is a relatively new boy at school who no one knows much about. She comes back, but Uman doesn't, and the story is set out in 20 questions, hence the title, that she's being asked by the police officers. So there's 20 chapters, 20 questions, and it unravels the story of Gloria and Uman, how they met and what happened while she was away for 2 weeks. I really enjoyed the idea. In practice, I felt like not an awful lot went on in this book. I felt the story had promise, but I thought the ending was weak, which was a shame. And it poses some interesting questions about identity and finding out who you are, but I just didn't feel like that was enough to make it a great story. So I gave this one 3 stars. And then finally this week I read Lazarus Volume 3 by Rucker Larkin Arcus. I'm really loving this series. The first volume introduces us to Forever, who is the Lazarus for the Carlisle family. It's set in a world where sort of mobs or families are in control of certain sections, and each family has a Lazarus who's like a genetically enhanced human member of the family who's like their protector and their assassin. And the story is continuing in volume 3. I really enjoyed this volume. As always, I really enjoy the artwork and I like the writing. I felt the story here was not quite as good as previous issues, but I'm really excited to be continuing on with this one, and I gave it 4 stars. This week I am still reading Mind Change by Susan Greenfield, which is becoming a bit of a slow read for me, and one that I'm not picking up as often as I would like. I try to pick it up every day, but I've not felt the want to pick it up for the last few days, but I will be continuing and trying to finish this one. I'm also reading Shadow of Night, which is the 2nd book in the All Souls trilogy by Deborah Harkness. I'm reading this with Nicole from Dorker Brain, and we're reading about 100 pages a day. This one is a slower read at the moment as well. It's more of a historical fiction. The first book was more contemporary, sort of paranormal, and this one is more of a historical fiction, paranormal, and I'm finding it a bit slower, but I'm hoping it will take off, and I'm looking forward to talking to Nicole about it this week. I have made progress with The Desert Spear by Peter V. Brett. I'm sort of a third of the way through now, and I'm hoping to get this finished in the next few days. I'm really getting stuck into the story now. The momentum has started, so I'm going to be finishing this, and we'll talk about that next week. And then the other book that I definitely am going to be getting to this week is June by Frank Herbert. I have a really ugly old mass market paperback of this, but I'm going to be buddy reading this with the lovely Patty at I Smell Books, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck in, but I do want to try and finish Peter V. Brett first, so that I'm not getting too much on the go in one go. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into those this week. What have you been reading? Have you read any of these? Let me know your thoughts, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. And don't forget to check out Anna's channel, A Case for Books, because I think you will like it. Bye for now, Booktube.